name is LoeyLane, and I'm so excited to tell you guys about my new podcast, Internet Urban Legends, with my BFF Snitchery.
We deep dive into the darkest corners of the internet to uncover whether some of the most notorious web myths are hoax or whether they're con. Internet Urban Legends, available exclusively on Spotify.
Hello, my loves. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Hi, hello. My name is Loey. You guys know those internet mysteries that you stumble upon and just cannot seem to stop thinking about? I have a whole podcast about that called Internet Urban Legends. You guys see the pre-roll for it in all my videos. But today I thought I'd bring you 3 entirely unsolved, to this day, internet mysteries that are viral, terrifying, and still haunt my brain to this very day. Before we get started with today's video, I have a really exciting announcement that I have been waiting a couple of months to make. You guys know that I am a body positive enthusiast, and even though a lot of the times here on my channel we're talking about the scary stuff, we're talking about the internet mysteries, body positivity is at the core of every single thing that I do. And that's why I am so excited to finally announce, after so long, that I have come out with a bra with Harper Wilde. My bralette is perfect to wear under absolutely everything for every day. You can see it is this beautiful lightweight material. It's in a gorgeous color, but on the very back here I have embroidered Goddess Divine at every size. This collab and designing my own bra has been an absolute dream of mine and kind of something I can cross off my bucket list in life. And it's not only because this is a really intimate piece that, you know, I made because I want you guys to be able to wear it and to feel good in your own skin and to feel Goddess Divine at whatever size that it is that you are, but also because this phrase has so much meaning to me and is so deeply dear to my heart. It is so beautiful and inspiring, and I hope that wearing this piece helps you to remember that. On top of that, Harper Wilde is donating 15% of proceeds from my capsule collection to GirlStart, which is an organization that I am really passionate about. GirlStart's mission is to inspire young girls to transform our world by increasing their engagement and interest in STEM. Education is so very important, and when I was choosing a charity for this campaign, I just found myself really gravitating towards GirlStart. I love their message, I love what they stand for, and I love that they empower that Goddess Divine in young girls at such an early age, to remind them of their own power, to remind them of what they're capable of, and to instill that in them from the very beginning so they can go on and do incredible things. This is a limited edition run, and once these sell out, they are gone, baby, so I really want you guys to get your hands on this while it's still in stock. You guys know, to get kind of personal for a minute, that I have been going through a really hard time lately. And recently I have learned more about like inner child work and what it means to kind of reparent yourself and stuff. But what I found is that my inner teenager, who really needed affirmations like these, still needs them to this day. Still needs me to look in the mirror and say, my love, my darling, be kind to your body. She is Goddess Divine at every size. You are Goddess Divine at every size. To see those words that have been really healing for me on something that's so personal for me and that I wear every single day just kind of gives me a little boost. It sort of feels like my superhero cape in a way. Anyway, I'll have the bra for you guys linked down below. I can't wait to see you all in it. Once again, it's limited edition, so grab it while it's in stock. Thank you to Harper Wilde for this opportunity, and most of all, thank you to you guys, because without you, I would never be able to do things like this that are just so deeply nourishing to my soul. Okay, let's get into the stories. Like I said, today we're discussing 3 viral internet mysteries that were absolutely never solved. These are also mysteries that I don't really think you'd see floating around today. I've been doing a lot of, you know, dark side of TikTok videos. I have another one coming up soon. But for this video, I really wanted to kind of take a step back into internet history. The first of these mysteries is the Wyoming Incident. We all know today that Google owns YouTube, but in 2007, a video was uploaded onto Google's pre-YouTube video service, simply titled Google Video. This video had the following description. The Wyoming Incident, or the Wyoming hijacking, is a lesser-known case of television broadcast hijacking/hacking. A hacker managed to interrupt broadcasts from a local programming channel, believed to serve several smaller communities in the county of Niobrara, and aired his or her own video. The video contained numerous clips of disembodied human heads showing different emotions and poses. The camera position was changed often, usually every 10 to 15 seconds, and the video was often interrupted by a special presentation announcement. This clip is taken from one of these intervals.
Wyoming today, making him the first to visit in preparation for the 2008 general election. Republican President Jackson.
The video opens with a repeating number 3 in a telephone number style format, along with the message, "We present you with a special presentation." This is then followed by the message, "You will see such pretty things." Now, according to this original description box of this video, the poster claims that this is really only a locally known incident. It happened, it was sort of an underground thing, it was happening on a local channel and would not have been widely known about if it were not for all of the people who began to suffer bizarre side effects after watching the broadcast. Complaints from the people who claim to have watched the entire broadcast included vomiting, hallucinations, headaches, and much, much more. Some people apparently believed that this was a paranormal phenomena, while others explained that the frequency of the video was somewhere in between the realm of 17 to 19 hertz, which is apparently very uncomfortable for the human body. It can cause eyeballs to actually vibrate and shake in our heads, which can then cause hallucinations. However, the hacker was never caught, and the source of this video was never tracked down. The original video was lost when Google transferred itself over to YouTube. However, re-uploads of it, including ones dating all the way back to 2007, can be found this very day. Perhaps one of the most notable things about the content that was in the hijacking are the phrases that flash across the screen, which are as follows. "You will see such pretty things. Why do you hate? You are ill. What hides in your mind? We have already seen it. You can lose everything. Nothing is priceless. You cannot hide forever. We stand at the door. You are lost on the path. There is truth in fiction. All good things." So to recap, the Wyoming incident was a hijacking of a local news channel that resulted in a bizarre video with bizarre messaging inside of it, a frequency that is physically uncomfortable to the human body, caused people to hallucinate, vomit, get violently ill with so many different afflictions, and to this day, no one ever knows what's behind it. But you know the web, and internet sleuths went down a rabbit hole trying to figure this all out. Once deep enough in the rabbit hole, people quickly realized that the Wyoming incident was not real. It was a creepypasta. It was created, and seemingly for the point of an alternate reality game. Now, an alternate reality game, if you're unfamiliar, is basically a form of storytelling in which the poster wants the viewer or consumer of the media to feel like they are interacting or solving a puzzle, playing a game in some capacity. But it takes place in an alternate universe. There are examples of this everywhere from the popular series Monument Mythos all the way to Harry Styles' Rhoda era. But the ARG itself around the Wyoming incident was deeply unstable, and all around it, the walls began to crumble. That original alternate reality game became another alternate reality game about a fake player who never stopped trying to figure out and solve the Wyoming incident. His name was Joseph Bright, and he became so deeply unstable over this experience with this creepypasta that he one day disappeared. So it's a rabbit hole into another rabbit hole that has no conclusion to this day. The Wyoming incident is often referred to as almost the Homestuck of ARGs. A disorganized story with a creepypasta element to it that no one can quite seem to follow properly. To this day, there is not an explanation of what the Wyoming incident was really supposed to do, what that video and that hacking and that broadcast ever was supposed to mean, or why anyone ever made it in the first place. And I think that is truly bizarre. Think about it. The amount of work that goes into these alternate reality games. Take The Sun Vanished, for example. A long-running ARG with multiple different accounts that has been running for years to tell its story. It's primarily on Twitter, and it's all about a universe where the sun vanishes, of course. It is something that the creator I know works on to this day to complete the story of. How could you post something like this in 2007, really draw people in with quite a convincing story, a really freaky video, and a plot for an alternate reality game that is definitely juicy enough to pull anyone in, and then seemingly abandon it? Hopefully you guys think that's just as creepy as I do. But if you're not spooked yet, you sure will be when we talk about the second of the unsolved viral mysteries today, being Lake City Quiet Pills. I am the #1 Nexpo stan, coming all the way back from the Nightmare Expo days. Ryan is both my good friend as well as my favorite creator on YouTube, and when I originally saw his video on Lake City Quiet Pills, I could not get enough. The story goes a little something like this. On a pretty questionable subreddit, the name of which I will not be saying, as it was quite inappropriate in nature and is now entirely offline, there was a moderator. That moderator's username was Religion of Peace. His name was Milo. And on July 17th of 2009, a user called 26 made the following post. The title of the post reads, "The End of Religion of Peace. He died today. I'm the person who provided Religion of Peace the space for that old guy's image host. Milo died today. He was 79 years old. He died at his desk looking at your site. Milo was a mean old dude, mean and ornery. He hooked me up with my first gig when I got out of the army. I didn't like finding him like that. Milo don't have any living relatives and no real friends, and other than his landlady and a few people where he worked, he didn't talk to anyone about much of anything. Me, he just tolerated. As I said, he was mean. I think he used that as a shield to keep people away from him." The post goes on to say that 26 had given Milo's cat to a neighbor and, just saying that the guy who used to moderate the subreddit is dead now. But people were really suspicious. For the record, that old guy's image host was a site that Milo was a part of that was just an image hosting website, which was really popular in like the late 2000s. So this old guy who was just a moderator on a Reddit and had like an image hosting website that was kind of dodgy in nature, dying doesn't sound like much of a mystery. But you would be so wrong to believe that there's nothing more to this story. People were a little suspicious, both of the timing at which 26 had posted about Milo's death, as well as the nature of someone coming to the subreddit to say, hey, the guy who used to run this, sorry, he's dead now. In these days of the web, it was very hard to track people down for the most part. Not impossible, and not even that hard compared to when there was no internet to speak of. But back then, everyone wasn't making a million social media accounts with the same email. People weren't using their real names online. It was harder to find out things about people, and you could fake your death on the internet pretty dang easily. And the subreddit which Milo was a part of was really curious about what exactly happened. So they did some digging on 26, the person who posted about Milo passing away, as well as Religion of Peace, Milo himself. And what they stumbled across led them down a rabbit hole that eventually ended at a website called Lake City Quiet Pills. This is where things get weird. Lake City Quiet Pills, the website, was dug through. When people hacked into the coding of this website, they realized that there were a lot of posts that were impossible to find on the surface. Posts about Milo, about job offers, and a birthday party that they were throwing for the old man. These job postings would be described as 4 for 24/7 DP, 2-week gig, fluent English, 2-week sequester, or 4 English/French private security on cruise. Must be bondable. Whoever is reading these knows exactly what these words mean, knows exactly what these jobs entitle, but what's with the coding and what's with the secrecy? Well, dots began to be connected between a supposed birthday party for Milo posted about on the website by 26 and a real-life assassination that took place around the same time. In January of 2010, the following message was posted to the Lake City Quiet Pills secret job board. We're having a birthday party for the old man on the 19th. Party starts at 1500 at the usual. Send your RSVP to Shade. FYI, we're booking a room for 3 days for anyone coming from out of the area and overnight for locals. On January 18th, 26 posted again. We got 38 rooms in the Marriott on 46. Shade has the key cards for locals. Pick up at the party. Give your travel name to the desk and that's it. No ID needed since we're covering the bill. Keep the room service under 500, okay? The phones are not secure. Bus from the hotel leaves at 13:30. Car service vouchers for return trip when you're ready to crash. Do not DUI. One day after this was posted in Dubai, a high-profile assassination would take place of Mahmoud al-Mabhouh. He was an arms dealer, essentially, quoted as being the chief of logistics and weapons procurement for the Islamic Resistance Movement, or Hamas. At first, on the crime scene, it appeared as though the 49-year-old man had died peacefully in his sleep. But as Dubai officers dug deeper, they would realize that Mahmoud had been essentially drugged with muscle relaxers and promptly suffocated. Hotel surveillance footage would later be released to the public, showcasing the suspects. They arrived on different flights, but all met at the same hotel. When the footage of Mahmoud al-Mabhouh was released, people were quick to note that there were two people in tennis outfits, kind of following him to his room, seeing what number he was in, as well as what number the room was across from him. Of all the suspects in this case, 13 arrived on UK passports, 4 on French, including the ground leader, 3 on Irish, 1 on German, and 3 on Australian. Of these passports, most of them were either lost or stolen, and many of them had dual citizenship. People were quick to note that this high-profile assassination takes place one day after Milo has mysteriously died, and 2-6 is posting all about this party that they're going to be having, this extravagant party with so many guests. And along with the name of the website, Lake City Quiet Pills, which most people equate to be bullets, that being a quiet pill, the passing of Milo seemed to directly influence this quote-unquote party that was held. And a day after this, a high-profile assassination takes place. Back to Lake City Quiet Pills for a moment. On February 2nd of 2010, the following was posted by 2-6 onto the website's secret job board. And this was the bill for the party. Almost $50,000 spent on rooms, nearly $20,000 spent on food, $180 for medical supplies, along with a note that Fat Tommy and Stu are okay too. This message ended with the last phrase, "You all did Dutch Milo proud. Thanks." Clearly something was going on this website. Something that had to be hidden beneath the surface, and something that people could not view without serious knowledge of coding and how this specific website worked. Religion of Peace, or Milo, was not doing good things on the internet before his supposed passing, if he existed at all. One thing is for sure, and that is that to this day, nobody has ever figured out the Lake City Quiet Pills mystery. And while one suspect was arrested, I don't think it's ever been publicly discussed who exactly killed Mahmoud al-Mabhouh. I know it's a conspiracy with many holes, and in his video, Nexpo even says that he doesn't really believe that the two are connected. But something strange was going on Lake City Quiet Pills, and I don't think we will ever know what it was. The third viral mystery of the day is Kanye Quest 3030. I have a podcast, which I kind of mentioned in the beginning of the video, called Internet Urban Legends, where I talk about internet mysteries like this every single week with my best friend Eleanor. And we have an entire episode on Kanye Quest 3030 that goes into a lot more detail that I'll have linked down below. But the story goes a bit like this. Kanye Quest was a video game published in July of 2013 for Windows PCs. It was an unlicensed, unapproved game that featured the musical artist Kanye West, and it was made in RPG Maker by the creator Phoenix. It was described as a hip-hop themed science fiction 2D role-playing game. And the story is that in 2010, Kanye West was taking out the trash when he trips, falls into a time portal, and reawakens in the year 3030. In 3030, all hell has broken loose. We now live in a dystopian society ruled by a clone of rapper Lil B, who claims to be a god as well as ruler. As Kanye, you have to team up with other rappers, such as Jay-Z and Tupac, to fight off enemies like Eminem and Nicki Minaj. People kind of loved this game, to be honest. They thought it was hilarious. It was actually really well made. It had a turn-based fight style, almost like Pokemon or kind of like some of the Fire Emblem games. You have stats, and each move, whether it's a diss or a joke, have varying degrees of effectivity as well as, you know, a varying kind of power level. You get it. It's just a funny video game about Kanye West. But at the end of the game, after defeating Lil B, Kanye declares himself the based god and goes back to 2010. where he finally takes out the trash. Absolutely ridiculous, funny, kind of like a mark of 2013. I think that there were a lot of YouTubers playing that game when it came out in 2013. But the mystery wouldn't arise around this game until the year 2015, when a Pastebin article came out about the game, and about a much deeper secret that it was hiding. See, the poster had dug into Kanye Quest and found that there were some mysteries waiting to be unraveled. At one point during the game, you talk to an NPC on the street. It's like a task force member. And this task force member asks you, what do you want? And you have 6 characters to answer yourself. Usually with whatever you say, the NPC will say, I want that too. However, the original poster of the Pastebin article realized that when you put in the word ascend, the game kind of stopped. Or to be more clear, it turns into another kind of game. The player would be taken to this secret section of the game, filled with computers and portals and entirely in grayscale. A text would pop up reading, "Congratulations, you have proven yourself to be an open-minded and curious thinker. We must apologize for deceiving you, but we can reveal that the game you were playing until this point was a front, constructed to protect what you are currently assessing. We must ask that you do not reveal this area to the public. If you believe that you may be prone to revealing this information or do not wish to participate, please close this program immediately. By selecting the yes option, you agree to participate and not reveal information. Would you like to participate? If the player selects yes, the text continues. The following is a thought exercise designed to teach you something beneficial. By undertaking this exercise, you will hopefully be affected in a positive way. Due to the nature of this exercise, this something cannot be revealed immediately. This exercise may or may not be restricted to the software. It is important to remember that the purpose of this exercise is to benefit you. You will not be timed. We cannot provide any more information, except that we wish you good luck. You may begin now. Welcome to your ascension. At this point in the game, the player turns into a butterfly, and the kind of facade of it all being about Kanye and other rappers, it all goes away. There's no fighting, there's no jokes, there's no dialogue. Just you as a butterfly, flying from portal to portal and being prompted to input various words. If you were to input exactly the right words into each and every computer, you would get the following prompt. You have proven your worth once again. You have ascended. However, further ascension is always possible. If you do not wish to ascend further, your journey ends here. So please close this program by pressing Alt F4 or selecting the No option above. By selecting the Yes option, you agree to participate further and you grant us permission to interact with your possessions. Would you like to participate? If you pressed yes, the game would prompt you to enter your full name, your street address, and your zip code. Then the game would thank you and say, enjoy the next 2 weeks and await instruction. Those who have completed the game say that nothing ever happened. Nothing ever came of it, nobody ever visited them, they didn't get any kind of spam mail, and they didn't feel any different. So what is this idea of ascending? Well, most of this ties into the supposed cult of Ascensionism. Ascensionism primarily focuses around the idea of reincarnation and claims to be deeply rooted in the transhumanist movement. Ascensionists believe that 2 spirits will make up a being, that being the physical spirit, or the body, and the ethereal spirit, or the soul. Souls will be reincarnated multiple times until they reach a point of self-judgment, and if they are judged to be good, they will destroy themselves and become primordial soul stuffs. I don't know what that means, but essentially they believe that then new souls are made from that material that was once a really good person's soul. Ascensionists also believe that everything that happens to you, you asked for in another life. So you can never be mad about your circumstances, and everything is karma. They believe it's important to be optimistic and never exhibit any kind of self-doubt. In 2021, the game theorist came out with a video interviewing the supposed creator of Ascensionism, who claims to have made up Ascensionism as an alias for, as she puts it, a musical project inspired by cults. However, you would be shocked to hear that this is not about Kanye Quest. In fact, Sherry had nothing to do with Kanye Quest at all. So is this someone who really believed in the ideas of Ascensionism and was trying to recruit people with a video game as a front? Or were they kind of making a mockery out of the whole thing and doing what she did and making art around it? Maybe making a mockery isn't the right terminology here, but probably most of you also believe that any game where you're playing as Kanye and you trip into a portal while taking out the trash, probably isn't meant to be taken that seriously. There are some Yahoo groups, Wikipedia articles, and more prior to Sherry supposedly creating Ascensionism that refer to Ascensionism. So it's very possible that this is a real religion that the game Kanye Quest 3030 was taking information from and trying to recruit people to. Either way, to this very day, it remains a mystery. And there you guys have it. 3 viral mysteries that to this day have never been solved. It's funny because even as I'm ending this video, it's like, it doesn't feel like the video should be over. There's no proper closure to any of this. To this day, we don't know what the Wyoming incident was created for, whatever was going to happen to the ARG, or what the bigger story was supposed to be, why it was made in the first place. We don't know if Lake City Quiet Pills was tied to a real-life assassination, and if not, what those job postings were all about. And you guessed it, the mystery of Kanye Quest is still unsolved too. There's kind of an excitement though around diving into an unsolved mystery and kind of leaving it feeling like maybe you have your own theories. I would love to know what yours are down below, and let me know how you like this style of video and if I should do another one. I want to say a quick thank you to my subscriber Ashley for being a member of this channel. If you guys want to join the channel memberships, get extra members exclusive content as well as members exclusive posts and helping me decide for video topics and so much more, you can hit the little join button. It should be somewhere around the screen. We would love to have you. For now, thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you very much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!